Intel's Arc Alchemist, not to be confused with Edward Elric, the Full Metal Alchemist. This is a little different. So, Andrew, why don't you tell me more about this new Alchemist from Intel? What
Yeah,
is it?
so we know Intel has been working on some GPUs. We've heard the rumors for a while now, and it seems like they're getting close. So Intel Arc is going to be the new name for all things Intel gaming. So there will be other lineups for graphics cards that aren't gaming focused, but the Arc line is gaming focused. So it's the branding more specifically to the high performance graphics cards
Mm-hmm.
that Intel will be bringing to the market pretty shortly. So a lot of this is still in rumor form, but there have been some leaks, and we're going to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
So the rumor is that they have a high-end SKU with 16 gigabytes of VRAM and also an entry-level card said to have 4 or 8 gigabytes of VRAM, and this may or may not be a laptop SKU. And also there will be a mid-range card with 12 gigabytes of VRAM. So that's what the rumors say so far. They have different numbers of compute cores as well, basically in line to make sense with the amount of VRAM they have. So the ETA right now that they're saying is early 2022 for the laptop SKUs and desktop SKUs to appear on the market later this year. So the pricing is also unannounced, but there are rumors circulating that the high-end card with 16 gigabytes of VRAM, that is, will be priced around $600.
Ooh.
Now that prices it somewhere in the range of a 3070, which
MSRP.
if it performs MSRP, if it performs like a 3070, a lot of people want a card at that actual price point. It's not a crazy price in this market. We have plenty of cards over $1,000, so 600 for good performance would be a nice, some nice competition added to the GPU market. So there has been a leak in the last week or so where a recent synthetic benchmark result of Intel's highest end card performed pretty similar to a 3070 Ti. It kind of traded blows with it. There, it was a synthetic benchmark with a few different tests, and some were in favor of the Intel, some were in favor of the NVIDIA card. But overall, it seemed to perform pretty similar to a 3070/3070 Ti, which I think that's a great achievement for Intel, kind of getting into this for the first time, taking it really seriously. I think that's a pretty good mark to hit. What do you think about that?
So, I think it's a good thing to have a third player in this game. I really wonder, being that it's a new product and all that, how it's going to perform. So, let me just back up a little bit. The Intel HE graphics cards are already out. Just so you guys know, they already exist in the real world. We already have numbers, okay? They're basically really high-end Iris Pro graphics, okay? If Intel enters the market, if their first product is not great, that's kind of okay because it's their first one. But if they don't make a product that's good, that's competitive to the others, what are they really adding, right? Now the rumor that it's as good as a 3070 Ti, I'm going to speculate to say it's good as a 3060 Ti, 3070, right around there. Because, these things always change. I think it'll be really good because think about it like this. You could either choose AMD, choose NVIDIA, but now you can also choose Intel. So if Intel becomes 10% of the market share of GPUs, that's going to put a lot of pressure on both of NVIDIA and AMD to not do what they're currently doing in the current market, right? So I think more GPUs in the sense of manufacturers is good. Regarding performance, I really hope that these performance numbers are not dependent on a crazy, insane TTP. There was rumors way early, like 2 years ago, a year ago, that these GPUs had like TDPs like 500 watts and some crazy like that. I would say as long as it's within line with those numbers, it'd be pretty good. Also, we don't know anything about any type of deep machine learning that people might be doing with them. So I really hope they're not, and that the deep machine learning programs don't support it. and it doesn't get bought up by that. We'll see. We'll see, right?
Yeah, I mean, time will tell. We're looking at the end of the year, but we will be seeing in the next few months, most likely, the laptop SKUs show up in like higher end laptops like Alienware. And I think that will give us at least some insight into what we can expect from the desktop counterparts.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I'm concerned. I'll just say that. I'm concerned they're going to make a crappy product, and then their reputation is going to get hurt. And when they finally make a good product, it's not going to get very much attention, or rather, they're just going to kill the line, something like that. You know, Intel's been known for making things and just letting it die. So I really hope it's a good product. I really hope it's really efficient energy-wise. And hey, I would love to have a graphics card that's primary colors are silver and blue. That'd be kind of cool, instead of red and black or green and black, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably going to be, you know how AMD cards and Nvidia cards at the same price point, you know, they perform similarly, but you know, one does one thing better, one does something else better. I think Intel's gonna kind of fall into that category as well, where it might not be the best for, you know, this or that at the price point, but maybe it does something else better. Maybe it does compute better. Maybe it does, you know, Blender renders better. Um, so I think it will have some sort of balance to, you know, level out performance at the price point that it hits the market. Because Intel, you know, whether or not they make a good product, they want to sell these. So I think they're going to price them fairly competitively. They're not going to be, you know, the new guy in town setting a price above the competition and saying, "Oh yeah, just
Yep.
trust us, it's going to be better." They're going to try
They're
and
not
get,
Nvidia.
yeah, they want people to buy these. So, you know, just to get familiar with it and have people talking about them, they're probably going to be competitively priced, I would say. You know,
Like,
because there's going to be people out there that say, okay, Intel comes out with this GPU, it performs the same as the NVIDIA and AMD cards at the same price point. So why would I get Intel instead of what I'm already familiar with? You know, there has to be an incentive to the buyer.
exactly. So I'm pretty excited about it coming out. I do agree with your point that they do have to price these things competitively, or else no one will get them. So it'll be interesting when it comes out. I think they're going to target their Nooks first, honestly. Their like Hades Canyon, their Ghost, whatever canyon it is nowadays. I think their Nooks are going to be the first ones to get them like as an exclusive. I think that would make the most sense because they're trying to target their
Well, we're specifically talking about Arc Alchemist, which is their gaming lineup specifically.
yeah, I'm talking about the gaming Nook, the Ghost Can, the one that's all gamery, that's like overpriced and
Right,
everything. Yeah, because
right.
it's the kind that has the GPU and the motherboard's slotted motherboard. It's that kind.
Yep.
All right. So if you have anything else on that, Andrew, I was gonna look at the chat and see if there's any stuff.
Yeah, let's see what anyone, if anyone's asking any questions there.
Yeah. So we got something from Soul7 TekShinji. Are the Intel 128, 192, or 256? I think that's bus speed. We don't know that yet, right?
Yeah. No, we do. Well, we know the rumors.
Okay.
So the 16 was listed as 256. The mid range was 128.
Okay, so it's not horrible. I'd like to see higher than 256, but that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean it sort of makes sense at that price point for the performance you're getting to be a 256-bit bus. But actually, the mid range is 192. And then that lower end SKU, which I mentioned might be for laptops, is 96-bit. So it's a fairly low end one there. But yeah, the top tier card is supposedly going to be 256.
256.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's cool.
I mean,
I
it
want to see
fits in line
something.
with the other cards at that price point.
I know, but I want to see something more amazing, like groundbreaking, like 512.
Yeah, I mean, they could, but memory bandwidth at that, you know, without core performance to back it up is kind of, you know, unnecessary, a waste of resources.
Excuse me, guys. Yeah, I agree with that. Who knows? I'm sorry, the Intel APU style, they're on chip Iris Pro graphics. Have you guys taken a modern 11th or 12th gen chip and used Iris Pro graphics? You can play Counter-Strike, Overwatch, StarCraft. Basically, you can play any game on it, no problem. It won't be at the highest frame rate. Everything will be on low settings, but like, they've come a long way. Like, it's not like back in the day where it's basically just for display output. They can handle a lot of games these days. Like, was it Rocket League? It plays it just fine. Like, no problems. You know, I could play Overwatch on lowest settings of 15, 20 FPS. I mean, yeah, it's not great.
Not to mention Intel's integrated graphics have done very well with transcoding.
Ah, yes, that was on my mind. So those of you that are in video editing or whatever, there's this feature called QuickSync, and QuickSync is actually very, very good compared to NVIDIA's NVENC. So I don't remember off the top of my head. I haven't used it in a long time, but it's like what, 70% of the performance of NVENC for no extra money. That's pretty freaking awesome.
Whatever it is so much faster than doing CPU encoding.
Yeah, like magnitudes faster. If something took an hour on CPU, NVENC would handle it in 10 minutes. Like it's much faster.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, other question. Red Panda Mining says Intel is making GPUs for miners. Oh yeah, the mining ASIC, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's I'm sorry, the deep machine learning ASIC. That's right.
Doom Miner Intel GPUs releasing end of 2022. Yeah, that's what they're saying. The desktop GPUs will be closer to the end of the year, while the laptop ones should be appearing in the next couple of months.
Yep. Some Goblin Loser says, OMG TekShinji, we can have full Intel builds just like we can have full AMD builds. Ah, yes, that's a good point. Yeah, we can make the full Intel chip, Intel GPU. It's already got Intel chipset on the Intel everything computers. That'd be, yeah. I'd like to see that. That'd be kind of cool.
I think we're gonna see that. We're gonna have Intel gaming laptops without NVIDIA or AMD dedicated GPUs. So I think it's no accident that they're kind of releasing these around the same time that the 12th gen laptop CPUs should be appearing as well.